Members of Parliament, ladies and gentlemen, members of the Council of Ministers, welcome back. Members of Parliament, you have heard the answers given by the ministers in the second round. Is there any need to receive clarifications at this time based on the answers provided? MP York? Oh, okay, that was a mistouch of the button. There is no need for clarifications on the answers given by the ministers. So ministers, at this time, you have no clarifications to respond to, but as customary, we give you the opportunity as ministers to respond now that we had adjourned for you to receive all of the necessary motions, and I invite the respective ministers to give the government's views on the motions that have been presented by members of Parliament. Prime Minister, Minister of General Affairs, do I give you the floor first? And if for the motions? Motion, okay. So you can mention which motion you will be responding or giving the feelings of government on. Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina, you have the floor.
Thank you, President.
I invite you to stand.
Yes, of course. President of Parliament, thank you for the opportunity for me to give the vision of the sentiment of government towards the presented motions in Parliament. The first motion that has been presented is from MP Attlee. MP Attlee, through the President of Parliament, I have great feeling of alliance with you and understanding, and I want to express my gratefulness to your sentiment and sensitivity for the less fortunate in our community, to the ones that are most vulnerable in our society. And that is what I like of you, that you are in the same frequency when it goes to injustice, to poverty, to suffering, to challenges. I'm enormous in sympathy with you in that vision. At the other side, as a government, it has to be also in a way that the system stays in balance. And actually, if I analyze, or we analyze, or I analyze the resolves presented in your motion, I can agree with all of them, because I really think people are now in the right of getting some financial relief. But I do believe that the second option of a resolution, a proposal for a solution, is going to be actually in a form that you can have also parties that are going to misuse the system. For example, if you say if you have a debt of 4,000, 5,000 guilders, you're going to intentionally withhold yourself from paying, build up your debt, and then you're going to go to the company and tell them, okay, I'm going to pay 50% now, because that is an approach to a proposed motion of Parliament. So on the other side, if we talk about relief too, we have to also include the seniors in our community. So if we want to really have inclusion of the most vulnerable in our community, I think it has to be a holistic plan that, in the sense, the real vulnerable ones will be protected and helped. And only, unfortunately, only for item number 2, if I could have turned it back and take out 2, I could more than 100% sympathize with it. At the other side, if you're going to give, on the other side, if you start giving clients 50% discount, it's going to be to the detriment of our utility company, and I'm in a difficult position that I have to think on both sides. Not taking away that you're an inspiration with your approach, and I want to really, in the name of the people of St. Martin, thank you for that. And I will commit myself to pay attention to the other proposals in your motion and come back to you for your assistance to help me with that. But unfortunately, for the second point, it's going to be very difficult to guarantee security for the continuity of and sustainability of the finance of GEBE. And I will continue, because I have very bad feelings that I will not be able to support it, continue to think about other ways to try to bring the real relief that our people are in their need of for our people of our country. Concerning the second motion presented by a Member of Parliament, Doran, is also one that I'm very, very happy for and very sensitive, because it's in line with my vision of my social affinity to try to help people. And I really think, especially when you lose relatives, members in the family, you have a lot of worries already. And I really think, especially seeing the amount of civil servants that we have lost in the past months, and lose from that in general, if you're a civil servant or not, I think the worries and the sorrows are so enormously that I really think that whatever we can do as a government to help the people, even if it's financially, it's going to actually help them a little in their pain in dealing with God's will. So as a government, I can find myself, and as a government, completely in your proposal. And I, of course, can support that one. And by the way, you propose also something that I'm working on, and I proposed it already to P&O Department of Government for us to look into seeing the option of presenting a package to the civil servants that they can actually contribute with a small fee every month to have actually this funeral costs covered too for them and their family. So I can sympathize enormously with your proposal. It's in your motion. These are the two that I think I can speak for, and I think I will leave the other ones for my colleagues. Thank you, President.
Thank you, Minister Dr. Luc Mercelina, for your expressions on the motion, on the motions thus far. By the way, the motions registered are in the following sequence. Motion number 1 is MP York's motion. Motion number 2 is MP Doran's motion. Motion number 3 is MP Otley's motion. And motion number 4 is MP Roseberg's motion. That's just the sequence that they are listed in. So I continue to look at the ministers, and I see